What's going on, guys? My name is Ryan Snod, it rhymes with odd, and welcome to another video. This week I'm going to be sharing with you guys how to shoot a sports hype video. This is one of my favorite types of videos to shoot, and it's something that I'm really passionate about. So in this video I want to map out a little bit about how I go about pre-planning, shooting, and editing a sports hype video. If you're new here, my name is Ryan. I'm a videographer based here in Des Moines, Iowa, and I help videographers just like you grow your business. So if you want more free trainings on business development, sales, marketing, and all that type of stuff, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Now, let's get into the topic. When I was in high school, I was actually hired out by the Booster Club to promote basketball games at my school. So I would put together dress-up days, I would gather a bunch of students together, and we would go and promote the game, get a bunch of people in the crowd, and ultimately help sway the team to victory, just by having a lot of people crammed in that arena. So from years and years ago when I was in high school, I was really into athletics and getting people hyped up for games. So I'm trying to take that same approach here with a video, and right before people are about to come out of the tunnel, we're really pumping people up and getting people excited that are at the game for what's to come. Now, a secondary reason why you'd want to have a hype video created for your sports team would be to help promote the games on social media. So this is another way that you can help cross-promote with the one sole video that you create. You can post it on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, wherever your audience is spending the most time, and help drive more attendance and interest in the games. So we're gonna be playing it at the game right before people run out of the tunnel, get people excited, and we can also share it on social media. Over the years, I've shot football, basketball, wrestling, and a bunch of other stuff like bodybuilding, so I think I have a lot of information I can share with you guys to help make these type of videos crispy. And for me, I spend a lot more time on these edits than other videos because I am truly passionate about the subject. I want to make this video the coolest, most badass thing possible, so I'm going to be sharing some tips with you guys on how to do that for your own videos as well. I'm going to break this video into 3 parts: the pre-planning, the production, and the edit. There's a couple things I like to do before we even start shooting a video to make sure that it's going to align exactly with what the team needs. First, I ask the coach, athletic director, or the person that's hiring me for the gig to tell me a little bit about the team and what their focus is this year. I want to know really what the team's about. Are they the underdog? Do they have something to prove? Do they have a chip on their shoulder? Are they having a serious shot at going to state this year and winning the whole championship for the state? What kind of team am I going to be shooting, and what's their story? What's really the thing that's going to connect with it when it comes across on video? Second, I like to ask about including mascots, cheerleaders, crowds, or other types of props or people to make this video a lot more entertaining and immersive. Good videos are just shot and edited by a really good editor, but great videos are very well planned out. The more planning that you can do before you even set foot on the playing field to shoot these athletes, the better the video is gonna turn out for you. If you just show up and shoot a practice, you're gonna get what you get, and it's not gonna be super cool. You wanna try and have a plan going into production before you even get there to know exactly what you're gonna be shooting and what you want the final product to look like. So the pre-planning really starts with the song. You have to have a really good banger song that's gonna get people's attention, make them tap their foot, nod their head, really get into the video. If you just had the clip standalone with no audio, it's really gonna take away from the experience. And audio, I would argue, is over half of the experience when it comes to a hype video, because you really gotta get them right in the chest and get them really sucked into the experience. So what I do is in my downtime, I actually build out playlists for hype videos or other types of projects that I'm shooting, so I have a good selection to come back to. And since I love working out, I have a lot of workout playlists that I will listen to, and if I'm getting really hyped when I'm working out or lifting weights to it, I'll pin it and save it in a folder so I can go back and look at it later. So I really suggest you guys do that, just to try and get songs that if they're gonna move you, they're probably gonna move the crowd as well. Look for something that has a climactic drop, some kind of intense sequence there for about 30 seconds or so, a build up to it, and then a drop. Those are the types of music sections that I like to look for. So once I have my song picked out, I'll lay it out on the timeline, and I'll actually pre-lay out the video before I even shoot anything. So I'll go in and I'll chop the song up to make sure that it fits the length that I want, usually less than 2 minutes. And then what I'll do is I'll export that as an MP3, I'll save it on my phone, and then as the day leading up to the shoot or in the car driving to the shoot, I'll listen to the song on loop and just memorize the pacing and memorize the cadence that that song has. So then when I show up to the shoot, I'm constantly humming it in my mind, I'm thinking about where these cuts are gonna be, and that plays into my camera movements and my camera play as I shoot the video. Another thing you want to keep an eye out for is voiceover, dialogue, or sound effects that you can capture organically on the shoot. Be thinking about those things if you're showing up to a game, maybe a coach has a pregame speech to rile the players up, or the crowd's going crazy, or you want to get some good audio. Just be thinking of those things before you show up to shoot it, so you're really kind of in that right mindset. The more audio you can get on site, the better and more personal the video is going to feel, especially if you're using dialogue or sounds that you hear during the contest. Now for shoots, I have done a lot of practices, and I will be honest with you guys, just having footage from a practice that you just shoot from the sideline really is not a very good hype video. The best stuff that you see out there is things that are intentionally shot, they're staged, they're really intentional in how they do with their framing and the pacing of the video, and it really makes for a more engaging video. So I would encourage even just a half an hour after practice, or an hour if you can get it, get as much as you possibly can that you can stage, that you can intermix and be more intentional with the shots. When I first started out, a lot of people did not let me come in and have my own time to shoot, but as I got more experience and I shared my vision with the coaches and the people that I was being hired by, they gave me a lot more freedom to come in and have the time to make the videos super badass. Another tip that I have when shooting is have a ton of shot diversity. If you're shooting just a practice or a game, don't sit in the same spot with a zoom lens and never move. Go to different angles. Go behind the players, in front of the players, under the players. Put a camera on the players. Use a 360 camera if you have it. Use a drone. Use as many different angles that you can possibly have to cut away from to keep the video very, very interesting. The more jump cuts that we have from the same angle, the less engaging and the less interesting the video is for people that are watching it. Along with that shot diversity, make sure you're getting wide establishing shots, gimbal movements, medium shots, cowboy shots, top down if you can. I love to put a GoPro on the players, so putting a GoPro on their chest or make them hold a selfie stick, or even using a lasso effect on a 360 camera or following them as they're doing flips through the air. Get as many different shots, different angles, and different perspectives that you possibly can to show all the different parts of the game that are included. Also make sure you're getting great audio bites like coaches yelling, pads popping, slam dunks, the crowd's going crazy, people cheering, trying to throw off free throws, whatever it is that you can to get that a really cool experience. Shoot in different frame rates as well so you can intermix it with slow motion, standard motion, and just kind of make it a full immersive experience. Some other tips that I do suggest for production is maybe even bringing lights, a smoke machine, strobes, any kind of special effects that you have in your sleeve or in your wheelhouse. I also recommend getting athlete portraits, so having a set time that you go and do some cool lighting, some smoke, some up close and personal with the athletes so they can have their faces shown on the video. That helps kind of personalize the video as well, highlight the seniors if you're shooting for a high school or college team, and make the video more personal for that team. It also allows players to show off their personalities and be more engaging with the crowd. So if you have an ideal world, you can have a set time that you're doing the shoot only. The athletes are gonna show up and you're gonna stage all the shots that you need to make this video really cool. If you can have that shoot on top of attending a live game, that is the perfect mix that I've found to make the video the most immersive experience that you can. Because you can have portraits with the players, you can intermix and do specialized shots on the field that you wouldn't maybe be able to do in a game setting, and you can also showcase the crowd environment, what a real game is like, the crowd going nuts, the cheerleaders, people that are there supporting the team, and all those types of things can be sucked into one whole video by having all those things shot independently. Now, if you can only do one, I would definitely recommend pushing the administration or whoever's paying you to let you come in and shoot for even a half an hour or an hour where it's just that. Treat it just like you would if you were doing team photos. Have a set time that you come and you shoot, and that's all that you're doing, because then you can stage a lot of things and make it as staged and cool as you possibly can. If I haven't made it more clear, put your foot down. Don't be super like, oh, I'll just shoot a practice and that's fine, because it won't be very good. I've been forced to shoot just what an event's going on, and you feel like a fly on the wall, and you're more documenting the practice rather than going in and shooting things in a cinematic feel to make it more immersive. So after you've shot everything, we're gonna move into the edit. Now, my biggest advice for you guys if you're going out to shoot sports hype videos is keep the edit brief. The shorter the better. Anything longer than that, you're usually gonna lose the excitement of the crowd, which again is the entire goal of the video. You wanna get people fired up, excited, and then out comes their team and they cheer and they're really excited for them to come out. If you have a 20-minute video trying to hype them up, it's gonna put them to sleep. It's gonna do the complete opposite. So keep it short, keep it brief, and keep it high energy. Also, don't be afraid to use sound effects, special effects, overlays, live sound effects that you caught on the field, and all the different stuff that you use to make this more entertaining. And also, if you're looking for inspiration, check out other people's work and see what they've been doing to try and get some inspiration. When I was researching for a couple shoots that I did, I was looking at colleges that did a really good job with their team portraiture. So they had the athletes in the middle of the court or the field, they have cool lights, there's smoke, it just seems a lot more intentional with that. So I borrowed some of those ideas and mixed it with mine. And the whole thing about a sports hype video is emotion. So another bonus tip is when you're trying to to get the best hype video possible, coach the players up, and teach them how to be a little bit more emotional. The emotion is what sells a video. So what I've done for sports teams, I can think of like football games, I want the guys to be going freaking nuts in the locker room, smacking each other in the head, like hitting each other, smacking lockers, like doing just stupid stuff. It just seems really stupid when you're shooting it, but that emotion and the anger and the happiness or the sadness, whatever it is, those emotions are gonna really sell the video. So don't be afraid to coach them up a little bit. Let them just do little fun things here and there, and it's really gonna make for a great video. And finally, deliver it, go to the game, watch the crowd's response to your work, and I promise you it'll inspire you to go out and create even more work for other sports teams. As I mentioned before, I make a lot of videos about helping videographers grow their business. So if you wanna check out more of that, make sure to hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to learn the 9 biggest mistakes that solo videographers make when they're growing their business, make sure to go check out my free 1-hour webinar training where I reveal those mistakes that people make, and I give you a ton of free value in that training. All right, that's about it for me in this video. If you guys have any more questions about shooting sports hype videos for athletes, teams, or colleges, make sure to drop them down in the comment section below, and I'll make sure to answer all of your guys' questions there. I'll also link below in the description box some links to my other work that I've done to give you guys some different ideas in terms of football, basketball, wrestling, or other sports out there. There's a lot of different ways you can shoot emotional sports hype videos, so definitely do your research and see what other people are doing for shooting technique, editing, and all that type of stuff. So that's about it for me, guys. My name's Ryan Snod, it rhymes with odd, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace!